Be quick, because it's about to start.
Thus he dies, and so am I revenged. No, not so. He took my father sleeping, his sins brimful, and how his soul stood to the state of heaven, who knows, save the immortal powers. And shall I kill him now when he is purging of his soul, making his way for heaven? This is a benefit and not revenge. No, get thee up again. When he's at game, swearing, taking his carouse, drinking drunk, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, or in some act that hath no relish of salvation in't, then trip him that his heels may kick at heaven and fall as low as hell. My mother stays this physic, but prolongs thy weary days.
My words fly up! My sins remain below. No king on earth is safe if God's his foe!
Mother!
Mother!
Madam, I hear young Hamlet come. I'll shroud myself behind the arras.
Do so, my lord. Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you hath my father much offended.
How now, boy?
How now, mother? Nay, come here. Sit down, for you shall hear me speak.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me? Help! Help!
Help for the Queen!
How now? Rat!
Dead for a ducat! Rash, intruding fool!
Farewell, I took thee for thy better.
What hast thou done?
Not so much harm, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
Kill a king.
I, a king, may sit you down and dare you part. If you be made of penetrable stuff, I'll make your eyes look down into your heart and see how horrid they are and black it shows.
Hamlet would mean somebody's killing words.
Why, this I mean. See here, behold this picture. It is a portraiture of your deceased husband. See here a face to outface Mars himself, an eye at which his foes did tremble at, a front wherein all virtues are set down for to adorn a king and gild his crown, whose heart went hand in hand even with that vow he made to you in marriage, and he is dead, murdered, damnably murdered. This was your husband.
Look you now, here is your husband with a face like Vulcan, a look fit for a murder and a rape, a dull, dead, hanging look into hell-bred eye. And this same have you left to change with this? What devil thus hath cozened you at hobman's pine? Have you eyes, and can you look on him that slew my father and your dear husband, to live in the incestuous pleasure of his bed?
Hamlet, speak no more.
Why, appetite with you was in the wane. Your blood runs backwards now from whence it came. Who'll chide hot blood within a virgin's heart, when lust shall dwell within a matron's breast?
Hamlet, thou cleaves my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worser part and keep the better.
Save me. Save me, you gracious powers above, and hover over me with your celestial wings. Do you not come your tardy son to chide, that I thus long have let revenge slip by?
Hamlet! I once again appear to thee to put thee in remembrance of my death.
Do not neglect, nor long time put it off.
But I perceive by thy distracted looks, thy mother's fearful, and she stands amazed.
Speak to her, Hamlet, for her sex is weak.
comfort thy mother. Hamlet, think on me.
How is with you, lady?
Nay, how is 't with you that thus you bend your eyes on vacancy and hold discourse with nothing but with air?
Why do you nothing hear?
Not I.
Nor do you nothing see?
No, neither.
No? Why, see the king, my father. My father in the habit as he lived. Look how pale he looks. See how he steals away out of the portal. Look, there he goes.
Alas, it is the weakness of thy brain which makes thy tongue to blaze in thy heart's grief. But as I have a soul, I swear by heaven, I never knew this most horrid murder. But Hamlet, this is only fantasy. And for my love, forget these idle fits.
Idle? No, mother. My pulse doth beat like yours. It is not madness that possesseth Hamlet.
Oh, mother, if ever you did my dear father love, forbear the adulterous better night, and win yourself by little as you may. In time it may be you will loathe him quite. And, mother, but assist me in revenge, and in his death your infamy shall die.
Hamlet, I vow by that majesty which knows our thoughts and looks into our hearts, I will conceal, consent, and do my best what stratagem soe'er thou shalt devise.
'Tis enough.
Mother, good night.
Come, sir. I'll provide for you a grave. Who was in life a foolish, prating knave.
Now, Gertrude, what says our son? How do you find him?
Alas, my lord, as raging as the sea. When as he came, I first bespake him fair, but then he throws and tosses me about as one forgetting that I was his mother. At last, I called for help, and as I cried, Carambis called, which Hamlet no sooner heard, but whips me out his rapier, cries, a rat, a rat! And in his rage, the good old man he kills.
Why, this is madness, will undo our state. Lords, go to him, inquire the body out.
We will, my lord.
Gertrude, your son shall presently to England. His shipping is already furnished, and we have sent by Rosencraft and Gilderstone our letters to our dear brother of England, for Hamlet's welfare and his happiness. Haply the air and climate of the country may please him better than his native home. See where he comes.
My lord, we can by no means know of him where the body is.
Now, son Hamlet, where is this dead body?
At supper. Not where he is eating, but where he is eaten. A certain company of politic worms are even now at him.
But, son Hamlet, where is this dead body?
In heaven. And if you chance to miss him there, father, you best look in the other parts below for him. And if you cannot find him there, you may chance to nose him as you go up the lobby.
Make haste and find him out!
Nay, do you hear? Do not make too much haste. I'll warrant he'll stay till you come.
Well, son Hamlet, we, in care of you, but specially in tender preservation of your health, the which we price e'en as our proper self, it is our mind you forthwith go for England. The wind sits fair. You shall aboard tonight. Lord Rosencraft and Gilderstone shall go along with you.
Oh, with all my heart. Farewell, mother.
Your loving father, Hamlet.
My mother, I say.
You married my mother.
My mother is your wife. Man and wife are one flesh. So my mother.
Farewell.
For England, home.
Gertrude, leave me. And take your leave of Hamlet. To England is he gone, ne'er to return. Our letters are unto the King of England, that on the sight of them, on his allegiance, he presently, without demanding why, Let Hamlet lose his head, for he must die. There's more in him than shallow eyes can see. He once being dead, why then our state is free.
Go, Captain, from me greet the Danish king. Tell him that by his license, Fortinbras craves the conveyance of a promised march over his kingdom. You know the rendezvous. If that his majesty would aught with us, we shall express our duty in his eye and let him know so.
I will do it, my lord.
Go safely on.
Hamlet is shipped for England. Fare him well. I hope to hear good news from thence ere long, if everything fall out to our content, as I do make no doubt that so it shall.
God grant it may. Heavens, keep my Hamlet safe. But this mischance of old Carambus' death hath pierced so the young Ophelia's heart, that she, poor maid, is quite bereft her wits.
Alas, dear heart. And on the other side, we understand her brothers come from France, and he hath half the heart of all our land, and hardly he'll forget his father's death. Unless, by some means, he be pacified.
See where the young Ophelia is.
Pretty wretch. This is a change indeed. Oh, time! How swiftly runs our joys away. Content on earth was never certain bread. Today we laugh and live, tomorrow dead.
Go out!
What noise is that?
O thou vile king! Give me my father! Speak! Say, where's my father?
Dead.
Who hath murdered him? Speak! I'll not be juggled with, for he is murdered.
True, but not by him.
By whom? Oh, heaven. I'll be resolved!
Let him go, Gertrude! Away! I fear him not. There's such divinity doth wall a king that treason dares not look on. Let him go. But your father is murdered, 'tis true, and we most sorry for it, being the chiefest pillar of our state. Therefore will you, like a most desperate gamester, swoop state-like, draw at friend and foe and all.
To his good friends thus wide I'll ope mine arms, and lock them in my heart. But to his foes, I will no reconcilement, but by blood.
Now you speak like a most loving son, and that in soul we sorrow for his death. Yourself ere long shall be a witness. Meanwhile, be patient, content yourself.
Who's this? Ophelia? My dear sister! Oh, heavens. Is it possible a young maid's wit should be as mortal as an old man's life? How now, Ophelia?
Well, God a mercy, I have been gathering of flowers. Here is a rue for you. You may call it Herb Gracie Sundays. Or here's some for me too. You must wear your rue with a difference. There's a daisy. Here, love, there's rosemary for you for remembrance. Pray now, remember. And there's pansy for thought.
Document in madness, thoughts, and remembrance. Oh God! Oh God!
There's fennel for you. I would have given you some violets, but they all withered when my father died. Alas, they say the owl was a baker's daughter. We can see what we are, but cannot tell what we shall be. Bonny sweet Robin is all my joy.
Thoughts and affliction, passion, hell itself, and she turns to favour and to pretty.
Nay, love! No words of this now. I pray now you sing a down, and you a downer. Woo! Tis all the king's daughter and the course steward. And if anybody asks you of anything, say this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, and in the morning be time, and a maid at your window to be your Valentine. The young man rose, adorned his clothes, and charmed the chamber door. Then in the maid, the outer maid, never departed more. God be with you all. God be with you, ladies. God be with you all.
Grief upon grief. My father murdered, and my sister thus distracted. Cursed be his soul that wrought this wicked act!
Content yourself, Laertes, for a time. Although I know your grief is as a flood brimful of sorrow, but forbear a while and think. Already revenge is done on him that makes you such a hapless son.
You have prevailed, my lord. A while I'll strive to bury grief within a tomb of wrath, which once unhearsed, Then the world shall hear. Laertes had a father he held dear.
No more of that. In many days be done. You shall hear that you do not dream upon.
Madam, your son is safe arrived in Denmark. This letter even now I have received on him, wherein he writes how he escapes the danger and the subtle treason that the king had plotted. But being crossed by the contention of the winds, he found the packet sent to the King of England, wherein he saw himself betrayed to death.
And I perceived there's treason in his looks, which seemed to sugar o'er his villainy. But know not you, Horatio, where he is?
Yes, madam. He hath appointed me to meet him on the east side of the city tomorrow morning.
Fail not, good Horatio, and withal commend me a mother's care to him. Bid him a while be wary of his presence, lest that he fail in that he goes about.
Madam, never make doubt of that. I think by this the news be come to court he is arrived. Observe the king, and you will quickly find, Hamlet being here, things fell not to his mind.
What became of Guildenstern and Rosencroft?
He being set ashore, they went for England, and in that packet there writ down that doom, to be performed on him, appointed for him. Which by great chance he had his father's seal, so all was done without discovery.
Thanks be to heaven for the blessing of the prince.
Hamlet from England! It's possible!
Horatio, once again I take my leave, with 1,000 mothers' blessings to my son.
What chance is this? They are gone and he come home.
Oh, he is welcome. By my soul he is. At it my jocund heart doth leap for joy, that I shall live to tell him thus he died.
Laertes, content yourself. Be ruled by me, and you shall have no let for your revenge.
My will, not all the world.
Nay, but Laertes, mark the plot I have laid. I have heard him often, with a greedy wish, upon some praise that he hath heard of you, touching your weapon, wish with all his heart he might be once tasked for to try your cunning.
And how for this?
Marry, Laertes, thus. I'll lay a wager, the which will draw him with a more desire to try the mastery, that in 12 vainies you not gain 3 of him. Now, this being granted, when you are hot in midst of all your play, among the foils shall a keen rapier lie, steeped in the mixture of a deadly poison, that, if it draws but the least dram of blood in any part of him, he cannot live.
My lord, I like it well. But say Prince Hamlet should refuse this match.
I'll warrant you, put on you such a report of singularity will bring him on, although against his will. And lest that all should miss, I'll have a potion that shall ready stand in all his heat when that he calls for drink, shall be his period and our happiness.
Ah, 'tis excellent. Oh, would the time were come. Here comes the queen.
How now, Gertrude? Why look you heavily?
Oh, my lord. The young Ophelia, having made a garland of sundry sorts of flowers and sitting upon a willow by a brook, the envious sprig broke. Into the brook she fell, and for a while her clothes, spread wide abroad, bore the young lady up. And there she sat, smiling, even mermaid-like twixt heaven and earth, chanting old sundry tunes and capable, as it were, of her distress. But long it could not be, till that her clothes being heavy with their drink, dragged the sweet wretch to death.
So she is drowned. Too much of water hast thou, Ophelia. Therefore I will not drown thee in my tears. Revenge it is must yield this heart relief. For woe begets woe, and grief hands on grief.
I say no.
She ought not to be buried in Christian burial.
Why, sir?
Marry, because she's drowned.
Aye, but she did not drown herself.
No, that's certain. The water drowned her.
Yea, but it was against her will.
No, I deny that. For look you, sir, I stand here. If the water come to me, I drown not myself. But if I go to the water and am there drowned, ergo, I'm guilty of my own death. You're gone. Go, you're gone, sir.
Yea, but she hath Christian burial because she is a great woman.
Marry, more's the pity. The great folk should have more authority to hang or drown themselves more than other people. Go, fetch me a stupid drink. But before thou goest, tell me one thing. Who builds strongest of a mason, a shipwright, or a carpenter?
Why, a mason, for he builds all of stone and will endure long.
Yeah, that's pretty. Toot again. Toot again!
Why, then a carpenter, for he builds the gallows, and that brings many a one to his long home.
Pretty again, the gallows doth well. Marry, how does it well? The gallows doth well to them that do ill. Go, get thee gone. And if anyone ask thee hereafter, say... a grave maker! For the houses he builds last till doomsday! Fetch me a stupid beer. Okay. A pickaxe and a spade, for and a winding sheet. Oh, a pit of clay for to be made, for such a guest most meet.
Hath this fellow any feeling of himself that thus is marrying, making of a grave? See how the slave jowls their heads against the earth.
My lord custom hath made it in him see nothing.
A pickaxe and a spade, for and a winding sheet. Oh, a pit of clay for to be made, such a guest most meet.
Look you, there's another Horatio. Why may it not be the skull of some lawyer? Methinks he should indict that fellow for an action of battery for knocking him about the pates with shovel.
There's another. Why may not that be such a one skull that praised my lord as such a one's horse when he meant to beg? I prithee, Horatio, let's question yonder fellow. Now, my friend, whose grave is this?
Mine, sir.
But who must lie in it?
No, if I should say I should lie in my throat, sir.
What man must be buried here?
No man, sir.
What woman?
No woman neither, sir, but indeed one that was a woman.
An excellent fellow by the Lord, Horatio. This 7 years I have noted it, the toe of the peasant comes so near the heel of the courtier, he galls his kind. I prithee, tell me one thing. How long must a man lie in the ground before he rot?
No, faith, sir, if he be not rotten before he be laid in, as we have many pocky corpses, he will last you 8 years. A tanner will last you 8 years full out, or 9.
And why a tanner?
Why, his hide is so tanned with his trade that it will hold out water. That's a parlous devourer of your dead body, a great soaker. Look you, here's a skull I've been here this dozen year. Let me see. Aye, ever since our last King Hamlet slew Fortinbras in combat. Young Hamlet's father, he was mad.
Aye, marry, how came he mad?
Oh, in faith, very strange, any bar losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Oh, this ground in Denmark.
Where is he now?
Why now they sent him to England?
To England. Wherefore?
Why they say he shall have his wits there. Or if you have not, it's no great matter there. It will not be seen there.
Why not there?
Why there they say the men are as mad as he.
Whose skull was this?
This. Plague on him. And mad rogues it was. He poured once a whole flagon of Rhenish off my head. Why? Not you know him. This was one Yorick's skull.
Was this? I prithee, let me see it. That's poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite mirth. He hath carried me 20 times upon his back. Here hunger's lips I have kissed 100 times. And to see now, where's your jests now, Yorick? Your flashes of merriment? Now go to my lady's chamber and bid her paint herself an inch thick. To this she must come. Yorick. Horatio, I prithee, tell me one thing. Dost thou think Alexander looked thus?
Even so, my lord.
And smelt thus.
I, my lord, no otherwise.
No. Why might not imagination work as thus of Alexander? Alexander died. Alexander was buried. Alexander became earth. Of earth we make clay. And Alexander being but clay, why might not time bring to pass that he might not stop the bunghole of a beer barrel? Imperious Caesar, dead and turned to clay, might stop a hole to keep the wind away.
What funeral was this that all the court laments? It shows to be of noble parentage. Stand by a while.
Say, what ceremony else? Say, what ceremony else?
My lord, we have done all that lies in us, and more than well the church can tolerate. She hath had a dirge sung for her maiden soul, and, but for favour of the king and you, she had been buried in the open fields, where now she is allowed a Christian burial.
So I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be, when thou liest howling.
Fair Ophelia death.
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell. I thought to adorn thy bridal bed, fair maid, not to follow thee into thy grave.
Forbear your earth a while. Sister, farewell. Now pour your earth on Olympus high, and make a hill toward top old Pelion.
What's he that conjures so? Behold, 'tis I, Hamlet the Dane.
Ah, the devil take thy soul!
Oh, thou prayest not well. I pray thee, take thy hand from off my throat, for there is in me something dangerous which let thy wisdom fear.
Hold off thy hand! I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her? Wilt weep? Wilt fight? Wilt fast? Wilt tear up thyself? Drink up easily to crocodile? I'll do it. And here when thou standst, and when thou talks of burying thee alive, here let us stand and let them throw on us whole hills of earth, till with the height thereof make Ossa as a wart.
Forbear, Laertes! Now is he mad as is the sea, anon as mild and gentle as a dove, therefore a while give his wild humour scope.
What is the reason that you wrong me thus? I never gave you cause, but stand away. The cat will mew and dog will have his day.
Alas, it is his madness makes him thus, and not his heart, Laertes.
My lord, 'tis so. But we'll no longer trifle. This very day shall Hamlet drink his last, for presently we mean to send to him, therefore, Laertes, be in readiness. Till then my soul will not be quiet. Come, Gertrude. We'll have Laertes and our son made friends and lovers as befits them both, e'en as they tender us and love their country.
God grant they may.
Believe me, it grieves me much, Horatio, that to Laertes I forgot myself, and for by myself methinks I feel his grief, though there's a difference in each other's wrath.
Horatio, but you mark yon waterfly. The court knows him, but he knows not the court.
Now God save thee, sweet Prince Hamlet.
And you, sir?
Oh, how the muscot smells.
I come with an embassage from His Majesty to you.
I shall, sir, give you attention.
By my troth, methinks 'tis very cold.
'Tis indeed, sir, very roarish cold.
'Tis hot, methinks.
Very sultry hot. The king, sweet prince, hath laid a wager on your side. 6 Barbary horse against 6 French rapiers with all of their accoutrements of the carriages. In good faith, they are very curiously rolled.
Carriages, sir, I do not know what you mean.
The girdles and hangers, sir, and such like.
And how's the wager?
Marry, sir, that the young Laertes in 12 veinies at rapier and dagger do not get 3 odds of you. And on your side the king hath laid, and desires you to be in readiness.
Well then, if the king dare venture his wager, I dare venture my skill. When must this be?
My lord, presently. The king and her majesty, as well as the rest of the best judgment in court, are coming down into the outward palace.
Go and tell his majesty I will attend him.
I shall deliver your most sweet answer.
You shall, sir. None better. For you're spiced. Else he had a bad nose, could not smell a fool.
He would disclose himself without inquiry.
Believe me, my heart is on the sudden very sore all hereabout.
My lord, forbear the challenge then. I will forestall their repair hither and say you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury. There's special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, it is not to come.
If it is not to come, it will be now.
If it be not now, it will come.
The readiness is all.
Since no man knows aught what he leaves, what is to leave the times? Let be.
Now, son Hamlet, we have laid upon your head, and make no question but to have the best.
Your majesty hath laid on the weaker side.
You doubt it not. Deliver them the foils.
First, Laertes, here's my hand and love, protesting I never wronged Laertes. And if Hamlet in his madness did amiss, it was not Hamlet, but his madness did it. Therefore let's be at peace. Think I have shot mine arrow o'er the house and hurt my brother.
So I am satisfied in nature, but in terms of honour, I'll stand aloof. I will not reconcilement till by some elder masters of our time I may be satisfied.
Give them the foils.
I'll be your foil, Laertes.
These foils have all a length. Come on, sir. A hit!
No, no!
Judgment!
A hit, a most palpable hit.
I will come again.
Two! Another.
I grant a touch.
Here, Hamlet, the king doth drink a health to thee.
Here, Hamlet, take my napkin, wipe thy face.
Give him the wine.
Set it by, I'll have another bout first. I'll drink her not.
Here, Hamlet, thy mother drinks to thee.
Do not drink, Gertrude.
Laertes, come. You dally with me. I pray you pass with your most cunningst play.
I say you so. Have at you, I'll hit you now, my lord, although it goes almost against my conscience.
Come on, sir.
rashly slain with my own weapon. Hamlet, thou hast not in thee half an hour of life. The fatal instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. Thy mother's poison, that drink was made for thee.
And venom to thy venom. Die, damned villain!
Come, drink. Here lies thy union. Here.
Ah, he is justly served. Hamlet, here, take my hand. And with all my love, I do forgive thee.
And I thee.
I am dead, Horatio. Fare thee well.
No, I am more an antique Roman than a Dane. There is the poison left!
Upon my love, I charge thee, let it go.
Fight, Horatio! If thou shouldst die, what a scandal wouldst thou leave behind? What tongue would tell the story of our deaths if not from thee?
Oh, my heart sinks, Horatio. Mine eyes have lost their sight. My tongue his use.
Farewell, Horatio. Heaven receive my soul.
Where is this bloody sight?
If aught of woe or wonder you'd behold, then look upon this tragic spectacle.
Oh, imperious death! How many corpses hast thou at one draught bloodily shot to death?
Our embassy that we have brought from England. Where be these princes that should hear us speak? Oh, most, most unlooked for time. Unhappy country.
Content yourselves. I'll show to all the ground the first beginnings of this tragedy. That their scaffold be rid up in the marketplace, and let the state of the world be there. Where you shall hear such a sad story told, that never a mortal man could more unfold.
I have some rights of memory to this kingdom, which now to claim my vantage doth invite me. Let 4 of our chiefest captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to his grave, where he was likely, had he been put on, to have proved most royal. For his passage, the soldiers' music and the rites of war speak loudly for him. Take up the bodies. Such a sight as this becomes the field, but here doth much amiss. Go, bid the soldiers shoot.
You've already seen Romeo and Juliet?
Bye.
Bye.